Here's one for you purists out there. You are gonna love this one. Classic vintage BMW E21 with a small block Chevy. Put a crown on top of that. You're gonna love this.
This video is proudly sponsored by HP Tuners, the industry leaders in ECU calibration. They make all the hardware and software you need to tune your vehicle. Head to their website now, or if you'd rather have a professional do it, check out their dealer map. They make the tools, you make the power.
Right, so I'm here with Andy, who's the genius of this creation. Andy, thank you so much for coming down.
You're welcome.
We saw this at Bespoke Show, didn't we? And did it win an award there, I think?
It certainly did. Yeah.
We picked it.
Yeah. And I'm a lover of American stuff anyway. Obviously, a small block Chevy is my choice. But do you want to, if you can give us a rundown, bullet points of what the car's made of, what's in it, what sort of, if you had to list 5 or 10 things on it.
So, as we say, it's a small block Chevy. Mm-hmm. It's got a TH350 gearbox. Ford 9-inch. Yeah. It's been tubbed. 325 rear tyres. Yeah. And back halved.
Yeah. That's pretty much for a road legal, a street legal drag cart. That is the platform in it. That's what people, they put a 9-inch in, they back half it. Yeah. Put some sort of V8 in it. So now off camera, we had quite a long discussion because I couldn't wait to ask you about it because I think it's such a wicked bit of kit. But you made a point of saying that like you wouldn't be able to necessarily have got this far with the car had it not been for the help of your mates. Do you want to tell us a bit about the involvement they had?
Yeah. Quite a few of my friends have got drag cars, and I've come from karting, never done this before, and I wanted one of my own. Yeah. So with their help, we sourced the car. Back then it was a forum. Before Facebook. And I just put on there that I wanted a shell or an MOT failure. Yeah. And a guy called Clive came back to me. Yeah. And he said, I think you've got just what you want. Yeah. So we shot down. Luckily it was only 3 miles from where I work.
Nice.
And it was sitting on a farm beside a skip.
Was it rotten? How bad was it when you got it?
It wasn't too bad. Yeah. Needed a new slam panel. Yeah. Arches and a bonnet. Other than that, it was pretty straight. Yeah.
They're a little car, aren't they? The E21s. Yeah, we were just talking about that. And like power to weight. So it's a 355. Yeah. For those of you who don't know American cubes, but that's about 5.8. Yeah. Is it?
5.8.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's got AFR heads on it. I've noticed with stainless headers, and it's got a 750 double pumper. So you're in at around 500, maybe a smidge over 500.
Yeah.
But in a car that's this small with a tyre like that. Like it must go like.
Yeah, it's a lovely. It drives on the street lovely.
Yeah, nice.
I must admit, I can go to shows in it, no problem.
Yeah,
it drives lovely.
I love that. I love the fact that you're using it because a lot of stuff like this, it's a lot of hard work at the end of the day to put a car together like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and understandably, people want to stick it in a trailer and go to a show or go to pod, maybe race it at pod, and I do it, stick it in a trailer, but I'm 3 hours from there. But still, it's the fact that you're using it on the road. Just makes it all the better. So you have raced it once, but that was at North Weald on an unprepped surface.
Yeah, North Weald, done low 12s.
Yeah.
So that was first time out as well. So
it's just after it was built.
First time for me and the car.
Yeah, and North Weald hasn't been around for 5 years, maybe probably more than that.
Yeah.
So it was a low 12 at 120?
About 120 mile an hour, yeah.
Yeah, so realistically on a prep surface, that's a low 11, potentially a high 10 car, isn't it? It's only little. Let's have just a quick walk around. Just point us out what's going on with the brakes, wheels, tyres, suspension.
Yeah, so it's image split rims with high spec front brakes.
Yep.
Gas coilovers, adjustable.
Yeah.
And then we've got the engine's been moved back. So when we first got the car,
yeah,
and I got the shell, I sent it away to some fabricators I know.
Yeah.
Couple of guys, father and son, George and Kai. Unfortunately, George isn't with us now.
Now, surname Bebican.
Yes, that's it.
I know Kai very, very well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I met. I actually went to his dad's funeral. But really nice guys though. Really nice.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah. They did all the fabrication. So they moved back the bulkhead 8 inches.
Yep.
New trans tunnel.
Yep.
The floor was totally removed from behind the seats. So new flooring. Made the cage, tied it into the chassis.
Yeah.
Mounted the rear axle for me. Did loads of work, and then brought it back to me, and then that's where I started with the help of my friends to make it.
I made a point earlier when I saw about the bonnet and how nice the finish was on the bonnet. I thought, I can't believe he's, chopped a steel bonnet, getting one of them, but actually it's not steel.
No.
You had that made, did you?
Yeah. It was a guy over in Essex made it for me.
Yeah. The finish on it is like, the paintwork, Stu actually pointed out earlier that you painted it yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you did it, have you got a paint booth or?
No, I borrowed a friend's garage.
Really?
Yeah, he's got a body shop. I used to paint cars back when I left school.
Well, it shows because you've done a bloody good job, to be honest. Like even the inner, I love the fact that the front inner fenders, all right, inner arches, I don't know what you want to call it, but around the strut tower, it's as clean on the inside of it, on the dirty side, as it is on the outside. And the finishes, how long ago was it painted?
Probably about 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, 10, 11 years ago.
Mate, it is spotless.
Man, he knows what he's doing.
Isn't it? And looks after it, unlike I do with my stuff.
A lot of polishing.
Yeah, but it shows. So you had the wheels, just revisiting the wheel screws, you had them custom built, because obviously there's not normal stuff going on at the rear, so you need the particular offset and depth of the dish and all that. So let's have a look inside. I don't know if the door opens with the bonnet like that, but I don't want to try it. Do you want to just show us what's going on, what we've got going inside? I haven't actually looked in it yet, but just want to point out a couple of items. I know you said you used the factory dash.
Yes, the factory dash. I had to put it back in because of the roll cage before the windscreen was fitted.
I see, right.
So we had to cut it and make it like a scissor and put it in that way.
Yeah.
Had it flocked. Carbon seats. Had it trimmed with a bit of carpet.
Love that.
Got the gauges from Jegs.
They're all turn me. Oh, they're pro comp gauges.
Yeah.
There's not an inch of this that isn't like everywhere I look. Normally, when you look at stuff, you think, like my stuff, you look at it, you think, that's a bit rough. It works, but it's a bit rough. But this, there's not an inch. Like even the brake master cylinder and the Willwood master cylinder's got Willwood down the pedal, and it's just mint inside. How do you find these seats? Because they're like. Not a lot of comfort there, is there?
I could sleep in them.
Really?
Honestly, they are so comfortable.
355 on there.
My wife got me them.
I like that. That's neat. That is neat. Right, so it's just a fuel tank and basic stuff. Still got some room for shopping around the back.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of room.
Look at the chrome on it. So who did the chrome? Is there a company local?
I think the back was done by Ashford Chroming.
Yeah.
And the front bumper I gave to a small company down the road in Borough Green.
Yeah.
He's still about now.
They've done a beautiful job, and the chrome just makes the difference, doesn't it, on old car? I love chrome. I think it looks, on the right era car, it looks awesome, and it really belongs on that. Even the tail lights are good. They're not like, the reverse lamp's not gone all yellow.
Yeah.
Are they the original lights?
Yeah.
Or are they?
Yeah.
Man, you must have...
old school plastics.
It properly is old school stuff, but it's mint at the same time. It's so tidy. Apart from that, that's it. There ain't loads more, is it? It's quite a simple car in terms of the build.
Yeah.
I bet it sounds good. Is there anything else you want to tell us about it while we're walking around it? Anyone you want to shout out to say thanks for
Yeah, really. All the friends that helped me.
Yeah.
Winston, Dan, Rob, Kenny. They all came over and helped me.
Nice.
And also for my wife and kids for putting up with me building it on the drive.
It's a labour of love, isn't it? Because that sort of thing isn't a 5-minute job. You're out there every evening, pissing rain and the rest of it. Fair play.
Yeah.
There's a lot of understanding people out there, and it sounds like he's got a lot of good friends around him. So
yeah,
cool.
I'd say a big thank you.
Wicked. I guess we better go out for a drive in it then. Ratchet shifter. This is quiet compared to a lot of stuff we've been in.
I think because I wanted a street car,
Yeah.
I didn't want to be shouting all the time.
Yeah, and clanking and like, all the exhaust noise. No, this is tidy. They are small inside, aren't they?
They are, yeah.
So Gaz did the coilovers. Shout out to Gaz, because we've done a lot of work with Gaz.
Yeah.
And they are mustard. They're so good at like fitting your requirements, like what the weight is and all that, and they'll tell you exactly what you want. Man, I do want to see this at Pods. Stuff like this just works, you know. I can't believe how quiet it is. High spec brakes on there, so it's going to go, stop and turn as well as you can expect it.
Yeah. Yeah, wheelwoods on the back.
You've not left any gaps actually. It's all like done, isn't it?
I think that's because the people that help me are willing to drag racing and already got their own cars.
So they know what belongs where and
otherwise I wouldn't have had a clue.
So you've got no servo on the brakes, they're just
my,
you don't need it obviously.
Just my foot.
Yeah.
So I've got one foot, one leg bigger than the other.
Oh mate, that sounds amazing, doesn't it? Doesn't it sound good? I almost prefer that it's not too choppy and loud and that, you know. It sounds like if BMW had got hold of this and did like a concept car or a drag car,
yeah,
like, this is what it would be like. Pretty instant, isn't it? What sort of camshaft? You've got a Leary camshaft in there?
It's all a roller.
Right, okay.
Roller cam, roller lifters.
Because it comes in quite early by the sounds of things. We won't go into fuel economy because that's not why you build something like this.
No, definitely not.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Is there any, if you had any issues with it, so knowing how far you've come with the car, what is it, what sort of stuff did you come across you thought, I've bitten off more up and chew here, this is a problem I can't overcome? Were there any moments like that?
Not really.
No?
No, I think the engine was all bits of my friend's engine.
Yeah.
So we built that up. Got the cut of the prop made.
Yeah.
Had the bracelet. It's been basically bolt on.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been bolt on, and
that's so rare to hear of a project that went together and someone said, you know what, it's actually been alright.
Yeah. I don't think I'd do it again.
No, it's a labour of love, isn't it? Yeah. Especially getting it to this level, you would have to spend. Well, now, even nowadays, it will cost you a lot more just to do it. For the cost of everything, you know?
Yeah. It's like a back axle's $3 grand now to build.
Yeah, exactly that. It's so calm, isn't it? There's no like moving around at the rear end. It don't wheel spin on nothing.
It's away.
Yeah. Whoa. Gets up right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
0 to moving in like. Do you have traction problems with it? Does it tend to hook pretty well?
It hooks lovely.
Yeah.
Dead straight.
You can sort of tell that. You seem quite confident in the way it's sort of behaving. It doesn't move. You can't feel the body moving around.
No, it's perfect. It's really been set up lovely.
Did Gaz do the rear suspension?
No, George got them.
Oh, okay.
When he done the axle.
Shift's good as well. It's nice and solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Firm shift. Mate, if I was going to build a BMW drag car, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I'd do.
Oh, thanks.
It's nice, mate. It's fucking lovely. You thought about putting nitrous on it, or you probably wouldn't go that far?
No, I don't think I would.
Don't need it.
No, I'm quite happy.
Is there another one similar to this that you're aware of? Or
I don't think there is.
Nah.
No. Maybe there might be one out in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
Somewhere. But when I was out, the ones I've seen have all been like E30s.
Yeah. And I suppose stuff like this, people want to keep it factory now because it's worth more, and they want to restore them, don't they?
That's right.
I love how what you know now, if you found that shell and you knew all this, what would you do different if you were going to, if you had this sort of thing in mind?
I think the only thing I would do is probably maybe go LS.
Okay, yeah. Of course, back when you were building it, that wasn't like they were round, but
yeah, this was when I first said to my friend I want to build one. He was like, "I've got a spare block."
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a spare this. You can have that. You can have that, and it was
sort of come together.
So I got it.
I do agree with you there. The LS engine is perfect for this sort of stuff. They're quite compact as well, but back when, so you've had it what, 15 years?
About 15 years from getting it off the farm.
The engines would have only have been, I think they've been doing them for a while, but I think 2002 or something. So the engines would have been probably too new at the time that you can't pick them up in scrap yards or anything.
Yeah. And now they're quite expensive to ship over.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a few people selling them in the UK. Would you swap the motor out for an LS now, or would you, now it's done, you like?
I think I just, at the moment, just enjoy it.
It works, doesn't it?
I just love going out in it.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's reliable, you can just turn the key and...
Yeah.
I mean, you could... I won't talk about prices of what it's cost you to build, because you've done a lot of it yourself, but if you went to a motorsport shop and with a shell and said build that,
oh yeah,
imagine the money.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we're looking at about 40 grand plus, aren't you?
Yeah, I reckon so. I can't believe how smooth it is at speed. Too hard, too soft?
No, they got it.
Slot.
Bang on, yeah.
Really? I love that there was a reduced speed sign just there, and I'm just feeling the acceleration of it. So you let us know what you think. Has he ruined it, or is it the best thing since sliced bread? Me personally, I think it's got the best of both worlds. It's a V8, it's really fast, you can actually fix it because it's got a carburettor on it, and it's got classic lines. You can let us know in the comments if you think that's the best version of a classic BMW. In my books, my heart is in drag racing, so anything with a big block or a small block V8 and a big tyre on the back and looks something like that is my cup of tea. We've got loads more coming up on the channel, we've got more shows we're going to, and we've got more on the Datsun, the MR2 and the touring car replicas, one of which is behind you. So if you like that, like, share, subscribe, hit the bell where you can. Today, in this sunny sunshine afternoon in Snodland, that is your lot.
Big dreams, big moves.